Hey students, let's go over problem number 2 on page 47 for the 1-7 notes, and then we're going to complete the guided questions. Notice I've already kind of done a little work here just because I don't want to waste a lot of time copying and pasting things. Again, I'm kind of switching things up, doing this off of PowerPoint. This is from the book and this is from the notes. Book, notes, book, notes. You look, you write. Let's go. So you can rewrite fraction expressions using the distributive property. So not only can you distribute multiplication, but you can distribute divisions. Now, I'm not a huge fan of the way they do this. They kind of rewrite it as 1/5 times this group, because this group divided by 5 is mathematically the same thing as 1/5 times the group. Dividing by 5 times 1/5, same thing. And then they distribute the 1/5. This seems like just a lot of extra steps that's not necessary. So I want you to kind of be kind of hesitant on this. I can go from here to here a lot faster. So look at the guided question here. It's 4x minus 16 over 3. Copied it already. Now look what I do. Boom. Okay. If you can sprinkle in multiplication, you can also sprinkle in dividing by 3. What I do is I physically split. I go right down the center and I split. Notice I keep the operation the same. I split it, and if this group is being divided by 3, that's the same thing as the individual items being divided by 3. So I have 4x divided by 3, or over 3, and then I have the minus, copied, 16 over 3. There you go. Now, it's up to you if you want to simplify this, but 4x over 3, I mean, I guess you could. If you wanted to, let me copy it and paste it. I mean, you could simplify it a little bit. The only thing that I would simplify is maybe move the x out in front like that, like a 4/3 x minus 16/3. And then if you really wanted to make people upset, you could maybe also write this as a mixed number. But again, mixed numbers are no fun for anybody. That's okay for me. 4/3 x is okay, 16/3 is okay, but for some people you might want to simplify that to a mixed number. I know dividing by 3 you're always going to get repeateds, so repeated 3's, ew, gross, right? Or repeated 3's or repeated 6's, you know. But yeah, let's see here. So that'd be what, 5 1/3, 5 1/3. There you go. So I mean, you could pretty it up as much as you need to. Just make sure you read the directions, and you're going to be okay. All right, so I'm going to cheat a little bit here. Copy, paste. I would do the same thing to this. 11 plus 3x over 6. I'm just going to make you an 11. I'm going to make you a 6. Whoa, that's too many things. Just the number, just the bottom number, bro. Thanks. Okay. And I'm going to make you a plus. There we go. This isn't too bad. Still, it's easier to write this than have to edit all these little pieces. Got to be careful. I got big dumb fingers and I'm not very good with stuff. So, all right. So we have 11/6 plus 3/6. Now, if I'm going to simplify this, watch me do my magic here, friends. Copy, paste. Let's simplify this bad boy. First thing I would do is I would change this to a 1. I would change this to a, whoops, down here, please, to a 2. And then I put the x out in front. Again, that's the best way. That's best practice, students, to write a fraction times a variable is to go fraction times a variable. If it's in the fraction, it's not very accepted in the math community. I mean, it's okay, but this is the best practice. And then also the best practice is to move the fraction over to this side. So you always want to go variable first, then we're going to go plus, and then where did my fraction stuff go? I was typing in my thing. Where did my equation editor go? Oh, sorry, I lost the buttons I needed. It disappeared again on me. What's going on? I'm freaking out. Freaking out. Here we go. Sorry. My equation editor buttons up top disappeared on me, and I was kind of panicking for a second. It's okay. Hey, it's all good. 11/6. You can keep it 11/6 if you want. I don't need that. Go away. There we go. Okay, that's weird. So 1/2 plus 11/6. If you want to make this a mixed number, go ahead, but that's fine by me. It's fine. I don't care. I'd rather have improper fractions than mixed numbers. Okay, next one. Sorry. The reason this takes so long is because I can't write it. I got to type it. But hey, making the best of it. All right, here we go. We'd have 15 on top. It's actually kind of nice to copy and paste. I have like most of the formatting ready to go. I just got to do my simplifications. You're going to be a 6, and then you're going to be a 12. Again, split the 12. 15 plus 6, 15 and a 6 over 2 12s, okay, with a plus sign in the middle. You can split this. All right, let's simplify here. Copy, paste. So this, I'm going to go ahead and just do a little switcheroo here. So the 6x over 12, again, is going to be a 1/2 x. So I'm going to edit that. So you're going to be a 1/2 x. Okay. Wow, capital X. Okay, cool. All right, and then the 15 over the 12 is going to be a 5/4, I think. You can be divided by 3. You can be divided by 3. They're really hammering the fractions. Gross. That's not fun. Okay, so again, best practice. Fraction with the variable goes first. Fraction without the variable gets simplified and goes to the end. So there you go. That's best practice, students. That would be the prettiest way to write that one. Okay, last one. I think we're kind of getting the idea. Trying to keep these short, but these things take forever to type out and everything. I'm so sorry. I apologize. Please forgive me. I'm sure you will. Okay, so 4 over 8. Why do they all of them have like the variable second, man? They're just really hammering that idea. They're just, man, they just don't like me today. 2 and then an 8. Okay, double check. 4 over 8, check. Minus sign, check. 2x over 8, check. I'm going to copy this guy. I feel like it's going to be easier to copy this guy. Okay. All right, so 2x over 8. Ooh, negative. Ooh, tricky. Careful now. Okay, we got to get the cursor in there. Minus. See, 2x over 8 would simplify to a negative 1/4. So you got to become a 4. And then 4 over 8 would be a 1/2. So you become a 1/2. Okay, let me double check here. You're negative, but you have the variable, so you go first. You're simplified. You're a positive 4/8. You become a 1/2. All right, there we go. So, moral of the story, friends, is if you can write on a piece of paper, it's better than typing into a PowerPoint presentation. Hey, we're making it work. So, don't do this. Don't change it to a Don't change it to a fraction, then distribute the fraction. Just distribute the division. Split the division into 2 divisions, and then simplify as needed. And always make sure you're reading the directions, and also make sure you're following best practices. And if you have a fraction variable, you have a fraction and the variable kind of sticks more to the fraction bar than the fraction itself. Okay, that is it for problem number 2.